What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relay reverse rants, no hate. Now, I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things, and I want to bring some things to your attention. When you're making this content, you have to keep your foot on people's necks who are putting out lies and these false narratives and sucking people in to believe a bunch of nonsense. So, I posted in the community section a tweet from Devin Haney in regards to this $400,000 fine by Team Lomachenko over a push. Now, we've seen wars happen, and we've seen the same things happen. It doesn't matter if it's a press conference, post-conference, interview. We saw Larry Holmes run across cars with some big-ass cowboy boots on, jump off the cars, and drop kick Trevor Burbick in his damn chest. We've seen Mike Tyson bite Lennox Lewis. We've seen Mike Tyson bite Holyfield's ear off in the ring. We've seen Riddick Bowe punch Larry Doll in the face for no damn reason. Okay. We've seen, Tank Davis push everyone. We just seen Canelo Alvarez take a swing and hit Caleb Plant in the face and made his shade, cause his face to bleed, right? We've seen Marcos Maidana shove Floyd Mayweather. We've seen big Pharmacy Miller shove Anthony Joshua. Now, my thing is, for this to even be allowed, that he can actually sue him for $400,000 for a push is completely unfair. Now, I'm a firm believer of keep your hands to yourselves. When that bell ring, go at it. But I think if they're going to do that, what they should do, okay, in fairness, is say, okay, from now on, this is what it's going to be. And this is to any fighter. Keep your hands off of your opponent. Do not touch each other. You violate that, it's going to be a heavy fight. This will make them keep their hands to themselves. You have to be incredibly stupid to have a nice chunk of your money taken away because you want to go out and put your hands on someone. So the fact that all of a sudden now Lomachenko decides to do this, it's according to the Lomachenko fans, it's going to be, oh, he's justified based on what? I mean, when Canelo swung and hit Caleb Plant, everybody talked about Canelo's reflexes, how swift he is. And they marveled at it. Yeah, this is going to be a good fight. Oh, this is going to be this is going to be epic. So it's again selective with who can do what and who can't. This is cowardly. It's some spoiled brat type nonsense. It's some sore loser type nonsense. You lost the fight, and now you're trying to not just trying to have a decision overturned, which is not going to happen, but I want $400K because he pushed me. And the fact that they even granted him this is like, really? I mean, let's not forget. Now, Lomachenko's a solid fighter. Can't take anything away from his skill set. But even in his, second fight, he was fighting for a title shot. And we already know. We talked about this before. And that's even, in that same tweet from someone else, and even after a loss, boom, immediate title shot. Think about it. So, just saying. After his second pro fight, he's fighting for a title. And well, he has tons of amateur experience. We know that. We're not talking about his amateur experience, but with his amateur fights, we're talking about in the pros. So yeah, there's been some cushioning. There's been some favoritism towards him, of course. Okay. Now, for people that's sitting up here being butthurt because Loma lost, and they're trying to justify this man trying to sue for 400. Well, he did for 400K. I don't know how you can look at yourselves in the mirror and feel good about yourselves, because at the end of the day, it's like, really, like, you guys are that soft. You guys are really that much of a fanboy that you're actually trying to justify this. And I'm pretty sure a whole lot of you are the same ones that was, like I said, applauding Canelo for swinging at Caleb Plant. You know, Haney didn't draw any blood. He just shoved him. So are we going to sue Tank Davis for pushing everybody? We're going to go back and sue Marcos Maidana? We're going to go back and sue Riddick Bowen? No. So why is Devin Haney, being sued? Like I said, what they should do for starters is they should just, if that's the case, nobody's allowed to do it. How fair is that this happens? Now, what happens when the next person gets shoved by someone? Because there's no rule book saying, oh, you can't do it, right? So if that's the case, everybody should be put on notice that it's not allowed anymore. Now, moving on from that, we know about the comments that Paulie Malignaggi made. Now, Paulie Malignaggi did something, and I'm making this is what I really want to talk about in this video. Paulie Malignaggi came out of his face and said that if you gave, okay, and mind you, when he said this, he was addressing the fans, the people scoring the fight at home. He already tried to completely overlook the judges and say, oh, well, we know the judges were they were in the pocket, and he spent no time talking about them, right? And he started talking to the fans, saying, if you scored more than 6 rounds for Devin Haney, you're a scumbag. He follows that up by saying, the only people, right? Let's take it there. Let's say what everybody else is trying not to say. He said the only people, the small percentage of people that are saying that Devin Haney won are the guys, the people that didn't want the white guy to win. Now, that was his choice of words. We already know that. But I'm going to tell you, they slipped in, oh, they were all American judges. But you want to know what's funny? He makes the combination, okay, make a combination of only a small percentage to say the majority thinks that Loma won, which doesn't matter. But then making sure that he makes it known they didn't want the white guy to win. So these were black people, right? Yes, the judges were American, but what you want to know he won't say? And what people probably obviously didn't pay attention to? Not one of those judges were black. Dave Moretti, Tim Cheatham, and David Sutherland. 3 white judges, right? So I guess they're scumbags. And I guess they're white boys that didn't want the white boy to win. Yeah. So instead of directing, like I said, why is he not going after the judges, the commission? Why are you directing your outrage to the black fans? Let's say it that way, to the black fans, and you're trying to paint that narrative that it's only black people that is saying that Devin Haney won that fight, when overall my scorecard doesn't matter. Your scorecard doesn't matter. Dave Moretti, Tim Sutherland, and Tim Cheatham and David Sullivan. Those 3, they're the only, not the unofficial scorecard. They're the only 3 judges whose scorecard mattered, and they're all white. So when you just throw in, see, you try to slip little things in. 3 American judges. Oh, okay, right. So 3 American judges. Well, they're in Las Vegas. I mean, would it have been better if we would have had 3 Ukrainian judges? Oh, yeah, because they would have made the right choice. But you wouldn't want to say that. So, yeah. Not going to dwell on this video too long. But I just wanted to make that point to you guys. 3 white judges. But they were in the bag. So let's not talk about them. Because then that basically makes me look stupid saying only black people are the ones saying that Devin Haney won. Nope. Nah, Paulina. 3 white judges, 3 white boys. I'm using your terminology. 3 white boys said the black boy won. But because you claim they're in the bag, we're not even going to talk about them. We're just going to address the black fans. This is what I'm saying, people. We have too many people like Paulina trying to sit here and give you a bunch of bullshit. Now, idiots are going to be idiots. And we can talk about cleaning up the sport of boxing. We can talk about making change in boxing. But let's just be real. What's happening is going to continue to happen because people really don't care. And the fact that this boy can stand up here and make a comment that, the very people that gave you a career, because if the fans are not watching, your little punk ass don't have a career. And you're going to turn around and call people scumbags. Okay? You know how much hatred you have to have in you to call someone scumbags for simply having an opinion about who won. But you jump to conclusions and make it a race thing. You did. You did. And at the end of the day, I can't say this exposed Paulie. Paulie's already exposed himself a long time ago. But it just shows you, and it's more than a Devin Haney thing. He just has an issue with black fighters, period. It's something about black fighters. He's always trying to find a way to show favoritism towards the European fighters and try to find some bullshit way to try to chop down the black fighters, even though he might give some of them some half-ass credit. Or when they're fighting each other, when it's a black versus a black, then one guy, he'll try to find dominance to say this guy will do this to this guy. But yeah, that's about, it's really easy to see. And that's about as far as it goes with Paulie. Paulina, we don't need your approval. We know what it is. But see, this is the reason why he tried to just kind of brush off they were in the pocket. They were in the pocket already. If those would have been black judges, I guarantee you, Paulina, okay, and I don't even use that term guarantee too much, but yeah, I guarantee you, Paulina would have pointed out 3 black judges. He would have definitely pointed that out. Okay? And imagine if it was 1 black judge and 2 white judges. But let's say it was a black judge that did the 116, 112. You don't think he would have pointed that out? Oh, of course he would have. But he tried to brush it off because it was 3 white judges. See, you might can fool these young boys. You might can go out here and talk to anybody else, but you can't pull that shit with me. You can't pull that black boy, white boy shit with me. I already know what it's about. And like I said, he's only doing all of that. The people this, people that, to express his own hatred and racism, but he's trying to, like he's so disgusted with the decision. Well, we don't care about Paulina's opinion. Everybody has their right to an opinion. One thing I can say about myself is not about favoritism with me. And it doesn't matter who I want to see win. If they lose, I don't lose any sleep. It is what it is. And another thing is, Paulina probably had money on Lomachenko. And that's another thing that's probably what was eating his ass up is he lost money. Now he did bring up talking about the betting odds, right? So why would you be so concerned with the betting odds if you didn't bet? You just so interested to know what the odds were for everybody else? For what reason? So in case something goes wrong, I can come back and talk about it on camera? No. Nobody know what the outcome is going to be. Somebody could have got knocked out. There could have been an injury in the ring. The fight didn't have to go to the final bell. So there was no guarantee. So pretty much we know that there's times where I feel like I've seen fights and it was probably a thing of if this fight goes the distance, give it to this person, which is exactly what he was trying to imply through so many different things that he said. But for all these different things that he said, like I say, see, this is what I mean, people. You gotta really listen when these guys are talking, because if they try to brush something off, that's the little Jedi mind trick to make you think it's not that important to focus on. But thankfully, good old Larry's stick around to catch these things. And that's why he didn't dwell on the judges, because they were all white. Now, like I said, if they were all black judges, he would have brought that shit up and pointed it out and said, come on, guys, it's obvious, right? So it's obvious that you're full of shit. And it's obvious that you didn't want to point out that these were 3 white judges. So even just to say, they were all American. And let's just be real. All the white people in the building was booing Devin Haney now, wasn't they? Huh? I can't say it wasn't a few of them spread around that might have cheered for Devin, but they sure as hell was drowned out by that whole crowd. So not only the Ukrainian people, but all the white Americans in the building was the ones booing Devin Haney. So what makes the judges all of a sudden like them, like Devin Haney? Oh, because they were in the pocket, they were paid off. Well, the fact that you tried to sweep that information under the rug and not even get into it, I'm pretty sure if you feel like they were paid off, if those judges were black, you definitely feel like they were paid off, and you make a point. You go on your podcast and everything and talk about it to point out 3 black judges. Devin Haney clearly lost the fight, and I'm being racist by pointing this out when everybody else feels the same way, including black fighters, black rappers, black entertainers, all this, right? Trying to use us against each other to try to make your point. And then that's what you'd have done. So, yeah, you didn't get that. You tried. But as long as I got breath in my body and I continue to do what I'm doing, I'm going to always bring the truth. I don't care who agree and who don't agree. Those who understand and know, it's not hard to understand what I'm saying. Nothing is complex about it. But an idiot is always going to be an idiot. And what makes you an idiot is when you have proof in front of your face, somebody's own words. Let me make something crystal clear. Like people coming in the comment section saying, Paulie's not racist. All right, he did this and he did that. Okay, so let's just say, for example, Aries see you stranded. It's freezing cold outside, but Aries puts you in the car, lets you stay warm until the tow truck comes or whatever, right? And then let's just say you need another favor. And I go, see, that's what I can't stand about these fucking crackers. That's what I can't stand about these white people, these rednecks. I doubt very seriously that because I helped you, that you would overlook my racist rant and say that I'm not racist. Okay. So at the end of the day, what he said on camera, just imagine the type of stuff Paulina says off camera. Yeah. The 3 white boys wanted the white boy to lose and wanted the black boy to win. Say it that way, Paulina. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.